everyone, welcome to another story time here in the courtyard of the Botanical Garden. I'm Kelsey and today we are reading Pete the Cat is Out of This World. So let's get started. By James Dean. It's a great day. Pete the Cat is going to space camp. There's a sign here that says, "Welcome, Cat Space Camp." Pete meets his bunkmate Glenn. As they unpack, there is an announcement. "Welcome, space campers. Please head to the classroom. Your mission begins now." So that's Pete, and that's his roommate, Glenn. "Time to suit up," says Pete. He and Glenn put on their uniforms and race to class. There are so many cool things to do and super neat stuff to see. What do we have here? It looks like some things that take you to space. Astronauts Tom and Chris talk about the trips they've taken, and they give a sneak peek at future space trips. So here we have the sun and Earth. That's the planet that we live on. And this is Mars. "It would be totally rad to go to space," says Pete. The campers find out what it feels like to be an astronaut. They go in the zero gravity chamber. They ride in a rover. They even build rockets. Pete's rocket flies very, very far. "Way to go, Pete," shouts Glenn. Next up is mission control. "We have some exciting news," says Tom. "Our next flight leaves today. We're going to the moon, and we have room for more." You think Pete's gonna get to go to the moon? It leaves in 10 minutes. "Pete, do you want to go?" asks Sally. "That would be awesome," says Pete. "Would you go in a spaceship to the moon?" It's time to buckle up and settle into the space capsule. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift off! They're off to space. Their ship speeds through space. They blast past a satellite and even spot a comet. They're heading towards the moon. Tom and Sally have a rockin' surprise for Pete. His guitar! He plays a groovy interstellar song for them. Mission control listens in. In no time at all, they arrive on the moon. They are ready to explore. Suited up in his space suit, the astronauts collect rocks and map out the moon's surface. Pete has a very important job to do. He straps on a jetpack and heads towards Mars. He takes tons of pictures. Look at how big his camera is. He must see really, really far. Oh no, Pete lost track of time and the moon is far, far away. He has to make sure he gets back to the ship before blast off. Phew, Pete made it. Back in time, in the nick of time. The astronauts head home, and there's time for a few more tunes. Pete sure knows how to make an entrance. They landed back on Earth. Pete's trip to outer space was out of this world. Still, he's psyched to have his feet back on solid ground. Rock on, Pete. What a fun story. So, in this book, Pete travels all the way to the moon and even towards Mars, out in outer space. So for our craft this week, we're going to make planet sun catchers. So I have some examples that I can show you that I already made. I have 2 planets here, so can you guess what this one might be? Let's see, it's blue and green. It looks a lot like Earth, the one that we live on here. This planet I made a bit bigger than Earth, and it's red and orange and maybe a little brown. So this one's Jupiter, the biggest planet in our solar system. So to make these, what you need is a coffee filter, just like this. You might need some scissors to cut them to size, some markers to color them in, and last but not least, a spray bottle full of water. So, how I did this, first I took my coffee filter and I decided, what do I want to make my planet? For this one, I think I'm going to make it the moon. So with my black marker, I'm going to make circles like the craters of the moon. And with my gray marker, I'm going to color it in because the moon is mostly kind of a gray, white, silverish color. So I'm not going to color all of mine in, but you get the idea. And the last step is to put it on the ground or somewhere where you don't mind it getting wet. Take your spray bottle and make it super wet. Get the whole thing wet. And then you have to let it dry. Once it's dry, it'll look like these ones, kind of tie-dye. And then it looks really cool if you tape it on a window and the sunlight shines through. So you can find the tutorials for that on our Google Classroom page. Make sure to go to Keywest.garden/education and click on the link to sign up for our Google Classroom for all of those tutorials and activities. For our activity today, we're going to be tracing the stars. So sometimes if you look up into the night sky, you can make pictures out of the stars. So you'll find an activity sheet that has different star pictures that you can trace at home. I have an example here. So what do you think our stars make here? What picture did I make? We're going to trace them to find out. So we're going to start right here in the middle. Go up, all the way down, and then we're going back up again. And meeting us at the beginning, looks like we made a heart. So make sure to try that yourself at home. And thank you so much for joining us for another story time. We'll see you next week.